Welcome to Talker and Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-hosts, Jen Isgro and Tom Koza. Jen, how's it going tonight?
It's going good, Joe. For those of you who've been following my bathroom story, the bathroom is finished.
Woohoo!
I'm still not back in my house yet because I need like an entire day to move. Yeah, I've been at my in-laws for like 3 full weeks. So now I need like a whole day to move all my stuff back into the house and clean up the house. So by Sunday, we will be back to normal, back to a good shower, and that's it. So it's good. It's good. It's a beautiful bathroom. I'm very happy with it and ready to get back to normal.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great news.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing well, Joe. No construction shenanigans going on with me still, thank goodness. Yeah, just normal life. Everything's going good. I'm very excited to do a show tonight. It's something that that we in the community, not just we here on the show, have been working on for quite some time, and we're ready to reveal the results of that work in part tonight.
That is correct. For the last, month plus, right?
Month-ish.
So this was inspired by one of our bonus, right? Was it our April bonus content?
I don't remember which one, but yeah,
it was April or March.
By one of our...
Right.
Yeah.
We did a kind of versus matchup of a bunch of characters, different combinations of them or permutations of them, and then you kind of read the scores and in order. And the question was which of these is more of a main character, right? So we decided, hey, let's do this on a larger scale and get like the whole fan community to vote on this and come up with as close to definitive as we can get. Main character, which character is the most main character? And you selected, Tom, what, 88 characters?
88 characters. Crazy 88? It was 88 characters from the series. Yeah, and there's a site that allows you to kind of do stuff like this, and it just basically takes 2 of the characters at random, pairs them against each other, and allows you to vote. And then it tabulates all the votes, and based on the number of votes and the number of all the rest, there's a little bit of like statistical AI analysis done to these votes just to kind of not make it a straight who got the most votes, but like looking at the total votes and looking at the total number of votes for each character or whatever, it ranks them in order of that question, who is the most of the main characters in the series.
I'm excited to see who the least character in this list is. Most important
Jen,
character.
You're not going to have to wait long for that.
I know.
So today in this episode, we're going to be doing 88 to 51, right, Tom?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
So we've got 38 characters to get through. We're going to take a break from this for our next episode. We're going to have some people from WatCon on to talk a little bit about WatCon, and then we'll go back into 50 to 21, and then the top 20 on the third part of this. So we're in this for the long haul, everybody. 3 parts, some excitement, some theatrics. No, there'll be no theatrics. Should we just get right into this? Should we jump right into this?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw one more thing before we start. Just in regards to the number of people who voted, the number of votes that were received. It far surpassed any expectation that I had. In my head, I'm like, if we get like 1,000, 1,500 votes, I'm going to feel like that's a substantial amount of votes on this survey. And we blew past that in like the first couple of days, right? So as of 7 p.m. tonight, Friday, May 31st, 7 p.m. when I ran it.
Year of our Lord 2024.
Well, I'm going to go that far, but sure. The total number of votes cast in this survey, 43,481 votes cast.
Wow. Good
Yeah.
job, everyone.
Now, I hope that wasn't like someone who set up a bot just to click away.
I don't think so.
It just clicks
So-
like
So starting with the least important, it's Moraine.
Asmodean,
Yes.
Asmodean blew everybody away. I don't know
I
why.
can't believe it. So, no, I don't think that's the case. I'll tell you this. I did not study I want to be kind of surprised by the results with everybody, but in running this, I did happen to see some of the people who were near the top. They are people that you would expect to be near the top. It does
Good.
look like directionally the votes here are accurate. I'm not worried about bots at all. I think that a lot of people, I do think that there are some people who really enjoy doing this. And I kind of made mention of this in different times that we talked about it. This can be like an addictive thing to do, to just like kind of like pop through.
Yeah.
I might have done it a couple hundred times myself. So
Right. So I'm not saying 43,000 different people voted, but
No,
there
no.
were over 43,000 votes cast.
Clicks.
Right. Which I think this is a substantial. I think people can run with this and say, "Hey, everybody,
it's a
if
big
you've got an
enough sample
argument,
size.
this is it's already been decided,
Yeah.
folks."
All right.
So let's go.
Yeah. I was about to say, let's get into this, Tom. So this is starting with number 88, Tom. Why don't you
Okay.
go ahead and reveal?
All right. What do they call the last drafted person in the draft?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. So
Oh,
here we go. Miss Irrelevant in this case. Number 88 on our list, Rondé Makura.
Help me, Rondé. Help me, Rondé.
I will not be doing that for every one of these, by the way.
I really
Will not.
thought you were.
No, we would. That would be probably half the episode. Rondé Makura. How many votes did she get, Tom?
So she got 76 votes for her. And
Oh, wow, that's very low. So I wonder who. So do we know? Are there any statistics on like who she went up against that she won?
No, I don't have that
Okay.
here, but I would imagine it's some of the other lower ranked people. She is substantially below in number of positive votes. Let's put it this way: out of
What's
all the characters on the
do you have the percentage
out of all the
of
characters
votes?
on the list, no, because it's not like I just didn't do that. There's not an even distribution. Like some people, because it's randomly generated. Some people got voted on more than others. But she received, I can tell you this right now. Hold on.
All the statistical nerds are waiting for this, Tom.
So 7.8% of a positive score. She's out of her
So of her
980 opportunities to be voted on, only 76 times where she voted the more main of characters.
Okay.
And her number of positive votes, there's only 2 characters who have less than 3 digits in regards to their positive votes, and she's substantially behind number 87 on the list. So Jen, do you remember who this is? Or Joe, do you remember
I
who
know.
this
I
is?
don't.
She's the one who poisons the girls with fork root in is it Eba's Bar?
Hey, that's no outside.
No, that's like
of,
a little town, right?
Yeah, it's outside. It was where they were getting.
Salidar, when they're going to try to find out info about Salidar, right? Is that?
Yeah, it's right. It's this. Nynaeve recognizes the yellow Aja
symbol
agent symbol,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And that's like, it's a really weird thing where like after it's all done, like 3 different people from that town send out messages to like 3 different places. It's like a very weird vibe.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's Rondé Makura.
And she's only in really that one scene, right? A couple of scenes. So I guess she deserves to be down here. I guess I can't argue with anything yet until we hear number 87. So why don't you just go and give us number 87?
Sure. Number 87 is with, hold on one second. Number 87 with 92 yeses versus 886 no's for 9% of possible votes. This person won. David Hanlon.
David Hanlon. He's definitely a more prominent character. I would definitely put him in front of Rhonda McCura.
That's true. I
He
agree with
appears
that.
as multiple characters, right? He's Captain Millar, the captain of Elaine's Queen's Guard,
personal
personal Queen's Guard, or whatever. So yeah, he's in a decent amount of the book.
Yeah, he's in like I want to say it like from Winter's Heart on, I think. He's definitely in Crossroads of Twilight on, and he doesn't get killed until the very end, right? He helps the Black Aja escape from Andor's palace. He's generally one of the most reprehensible characters in the book.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's one of the most prominent dark friends that are featured in the book that aren't channelers, right? I mean, like him and Millie Skane and Paddon Fane, if you want to call him a dark friend. Pater.
Yeah, Pater not as successful, probably.
No, but he shows up again later.
That's true.
You think you're done with Pater, but you're not. Pater comes back later.
Pater later.
Pater's not on this list, I don't think, but
no, he is
probably beat Rhonda McCura as well. So
yeah, I would say I'm not surprised with her being at the bottom of the list. But I think I think that I'm looking a little bit now. I'm trying not to look too far ahead. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Don't. Let's go to 87.
Let's go to 87.
Sorry, 86.
Okay, 86. With 104 positive votes, 11% of her opportunities. Tarna Fair, one of my personal favorites.
Tarna Fair. She becomes the keeper right after Alviarin is kicked off, right?
She's the one who says that the Red Aja should change their modus operandi and bond Ashaman.
Yes.
And then she gets forcibly turned at the tower.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a shame. She's awesome. She starts out as somebody who's very scary and intimidating. She is the emissary to Saladar from the tower.
Yeah.
That shows up. And I think in Lord of Chaos. And but then she becomes like she is just one of the few Red Aja who are like
not dark friends.
Good, not a dark friend, and like she's a sympathetic character. She's a cool character, and then it's unfortunate what happens to her.
Yeah. So I guess I agree with this so far. I don't think I have any issues or objections to the list so far. I think this is all correct. So good job, everybody.
All right.
Well done.
Okay, 85 more to go.
Okay, I guess we're keeping it rolling. Next on the list, with winning 12% of the opportunities, 124 out of 989 votes, Hadnan Kadir.
Ooh,
Hadnan, what are you doing down here?
Now Hadnan, he might be somebody that should be lower than David Hanlon, shouldn't he?
I think he's, because of how he dies.
Yeah,
I think he might be more memorable just for he's not in a lot. He's in 2 books.
Is he in 2? Does he? Oh yeah, he makes it.
Shadow Rising, and he dies like 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has some memorable scenes. He gets mad at his hat. He has a scene where he where you find out what he did to his sister. It's like that whole internal monologue bit. But yeah.
I just like the Christmas song we wrote about him.
It's
I mean, a little piece of Hadnan Kadir in my heart.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, I guess
Joe, you're feeling.
I don't know. I might have put David Hanlon ahead of him, but it's close. It's very close. I guess who can I argue with, or how can I argue with the votes?
I can't. This is definitive.
Yeah, this is definitive. I guess I'll just have to live with it. I'm sure there's going to be other ones further ahead that are going to make me forget this one. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough.
Hadden and Kadir, man with a hat.
We hardly knew ye.
I think we knew too much.
It's true. You all got to see inside. All right. Next on the list, winning 13% of her possible opportunities with 128 over her 964 chances. Millie Skane, another favorite of the pod.
Wow. These dark friends all lining up the bottom. I could see how people feel about these dark friends. Well, she's definitely more prominent than the other two dark friends on the list.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would. I'm starting to think about Tarna now. And I feel like Tarna might be in more of a main character than Millie Skane. What do you think?
Yeah, Millie Skane's just kind of always around. I guess
she never is featured prominently.
She's never featured prominently. She's always just in a scene, a book, maybe 2 scenes a book.
You could argue David Hadlin and Hadden and Kadir are in their scenes they're more prominently featured.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think everyone just really likes Millie Skane, so that was my one concern, that people were just going to would just pick characters that they like better.
Okay,
I mean, if it's not obvious, like between the two, I guess you could do that.
Well, if you're not people who aren't thinking it through and are just, like, oh, I like this character, I like this character.
You weren't thinking it through.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone was, though.
Yeah. I think that you'll see as this goes on. I think we'll find out together in some ways. That's directionally, I think, the right way. All right. So, wow. All right.
Wow.
The next one with 15% of their possible opportunities. We're continuing the dark friend role here.
Oh, wow.
With 141 out of a possible 943 votes, Wymaron Santiago.
Wiramon.
Wiramon, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
He's
processing.
So he's in a ton of the series. He makes it through. He gets introduced in, I guess, proper in book 4, although he might be in book 3.
Yeah, I don't know if he's.
And then he makes it through till what? Till Towers of Midnight.
He's a Tyrant Lord.
Yes.
Tyrant Lord. He's constantly obsessed with glorious charges in battle. He's basically like, everyone thinks of him as kind of an incompetent military leader and a blowhard, and he's a dark friend. Yeah, when Rand comes back from Veins of Gold, right? He kind of casts him out because Rand has the power now just to see dark friends. Yeah, he's got like penance stare like Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
and so it's him and. Who else is it?
It's
Aramilla,
the woman. It's one of the women. I can't remember. It might be Aramilla.
Yeah. He's just a fun character for me. I'm totally. I mean, honestly, he's in a lot of the books, but if he were lower down on the list so far, I wouldn't be upset because I don't think he really does anything. He's just around.
Yeah, he's another one of those characters. Like, you don't really. He's just like always in the. Not always, but he's in the background most of the time and says a line here or there. He's never featured prominently like a Hadden and Kadir maybe, or a David Hadlin, which is now why I'm thinking those two should be higher than Millie Skane. And I know Millie Skane does have POV though, I think, right? I think she,
yes.
Yeah, so
she does. And he doesn't because you don't know for sure.
So then he should so she should be above him, I think, maybe.
Yeah. I think people suspected him for a while just because he would constantly make suggestions to do things in battle to make Rand's side lose, and people were like, "Is he really that dumb?
Yeah, or is he that incompetent in general?" But he's always putting himself in danger. Well, you would assume if he were allowed to enact one of his great charges, that he would somehow, scamper off and survive it.
Right.
Yeah, he'd find a way to live through that. All right. Here we go. Number 82.
Sure. I'm not ranking them. I'm writing numbers up. Yes. Here we go. Next, with 15%, a little bit more. These two characters actually get the same number of yes votes. They just that this character had less overall opportunities to be voted on, so ranks slightly ahead. Darlin Cisnera, we're breaking the Dark Friend chain here.
High Lord Darlin.
Yeah, King Darlin, right at the end.
He becomes king, right? He marries Caroline Damodred, and he becomes King of Tyr.
King of Tyr, first King of Tyr. This is full spoilers, folks.
He is not a Dark Friend. He is one of the High Lord. He's the only like decent High Lord, right? That's like
he's also like one of the few guys who's like loyal to Rand. Just because hey, he's the Dragon Reborn, and he's probably somebody that we should follow.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that's with Rand when Rand gets stabbed by Padden Fane?
Yes.
Yes. Rand goes to meet him and Caroline Damodred.
They're all in like the group, right?
Yeah, in the wood, in the what are they in the what's it called? The Bramwood.
The woods.
Yeah, Bramwood.
Yeah, and the fog comes and Bane comes and stabs Rand with the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gets killed by the dagger too, don't they?
Yeah, maybe. And that's what we meet Lord Torm Riadan, right?
Torm Riadan, isn't he like
there? That's who they go and I thought that's who they went and see. Isn't he the leader of the rebels, or is Darlin the leader of the rebels?
Darlin's also got a
Darlin like meets up with them in the woods because
Caroline's
Caroline, and then she's like, "Oh, that's my like cousin or something."
Right. Yeah, but Darwin gets him out, like, and Catswain, right? That's what.
Is he like carrying him out?
Yeah, because he's all freaked up. Yeah. So King Darlin, I really like. He's just like a rare, like decent High Lord, or highborn noble at all.
And he's also not afraid. He's not afraid of Rand. Right. Like to speak his mind and be like, oppose him or counter him at all. But, hence his rebellion or, not really. It's not really a rebellion because they don't really actually ever do anything. But
he is. He's and again, like he yes. All right. And so this leads very well into our next,
number 81.
Caroline Damodred.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that. 17% of her possible votes. So again, she got 170 votes out of 808. Yeah, how you like that?
Oh, so cute. I agree with her being ahead of him just for being Moiraine's sister. That's it.
Is her sister?
Cousin. Sorry. I'm
looking like cousin.
Too much watching the show. Yeah.
Never too much.
Sister.
So
you have a sister.
Now I'm thinking of these other Dark Friends that we've talked about already. I don't know if I would put Caroline ahead of like a David Hanlon.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would either. Just I don't feel like
she's
she doesn't. Well, yeah, I don't know like how much of, and I haven't reread the latter part of the series in a while. But I don't recall her really doing that much like active stuff in the plot.
No, no, not really. So, all right. Masters have spoken. Number 80.
That's it. Number 80. Myrelle Berengari.
Wow.
Myrelle.
80.
Myrelle.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Right?
She's one of the Saladar 6.
She is a Saladar 6. She, nurses land back to health.
Yeah, she does.
That's a generous word.
Yeah, just picturing Lan sucking on her teat. That's probably how she did it.
That's part of what she did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she fucks him back to health.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You think Alana's going to do that in the show?
Probably, but I don't know. Maybe probably.
They already floated.
Veering off.
I feel like that was like him
they talked about
becoming
that
her warder, and like it didn't happen. So I don't know if like it will happen now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like he already rejected the idea, kind of.
Right.
So I don't know. Not that he has a choice. So.
Yeah, he did. I guess.
He's in a different headspace then, though. Like this time, he's going to be truly
still had a
despondent.
mission.
Right.
Had a mission.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So we'll
you can tell
we'll
we
move on from
have
that.
really strong feelings about this.
Well, we're down near the bottom. I think these are the proper reactions we should have for these characters.
I think morale should probably be higher than the rest.
I
don't
was
know.
surprised. She's the first person I'm surprised is at this rank, but I think we'll go through
Well,
and see if we still feel that way.
I can see morale in like the 50s, maybe.
Tom, do you have any of the other Saladar 6 here? I mean, maybe Shiriam.
I do have some of the other. I have Shuriam, I believe, is on this list.
And
I'm
probably
not-
none of the other ones.
But none of the other
So
Saladar 6
Beowulf's not on it. No,
had sex
she's
with
not.
Lovren?
land, so like
That's
they're not
true.
important.
That's
Maybe
true.
Shiriam.
That's true. Yeah, she's definitely like has a bigger part because of all the stuff with land, and then that they find out, and she just swears like secret fealty to Egwene and all the rest of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right, moving on. Next on the list,
78.
with
29,
22%
Wait,
of.
sorry, Tom.
all right,
wait,
let's
wait.
just do this.
Hold on.
Hold on.
What
Let's
number
just
are we
do.
up to?
Yeah, I thought you had them numbered.
We're on 79. This is number 79.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Let's
I
take
don't
it
have the
back
number,
then.
but I'm gonna do that now. I'm doing that now. Yes.
7-9.
Okay, we'll
Go.
pause the podcast for a second, go back into it, just so we're not
All right.
counting like fools.
Yeah.
What was that?
Okay.
It just opened up. Here.
We got three of you here. Is it Jen, Joe, and Tom?
Stop counting, Donald.
You're confusing me, Donald. Please. All right. So number 79. We're in the 70s now. Adelaus, 22% of her possible votes is the next character.
She's the one that
Okay.
lives, right?
You'd think I would just know this stuff in my head. Is she the one that lives? She's the one that dies. You can tell how. You know what? I'm going to say that she's the one who dies, and this is why I'm going to say that because she's lower than her sister, who's also in this list.
Chad is saying
She does
Elias
die.
dies.
Yeah.
Adelius died. Okay, she does. So her sister, who I'm going to assume is on this list, Tom,
On the list.
her sister who lives is going to be higher than her, which makes very good
Yes.
sense. All right.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I don't even have to look it up or remember anything. Like
That's the
I'm
only
trusting
way
that the people are saying, like, yeah, the one who's in more of the
one dies
of the
and one
books.
lives. That's all I can remember.
So and I think that this shows that the series did not, the television show did not influence people's votes here. Because,
Van Dien is green.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that light blended fool.
Right, because Adelaus is awesome on the show.
Yes, she is.
So yeah, I think I'm fine with her here. I don't have
Soldier
any
on.
particular thoughts. Yeah. 78. This is my first well, you know what? I love all these characters, but this is a character that I love. So number 78 with 23% of his winning 23% of his possible votes, Seben Bauer.
Seben Bauer.
Okay.
All right.
Jen, do you remember? I don't know why I do this because I feel like sometimes you react and I'm like, I don't know if you know who that is.
Is
Do you remember
Seben
Seben Bauer?
Bauer? Wait, no.
Go ahead, throw it out there.
Oh, Seben Bauer is the white cloak guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
He's
he
like
was
the-
a white.
He's
He was
Pedro
the
Niles'
assistant.
secretary,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
really the
Okay.
spy master.
And then he goes to he works for Perrin. And like
Fael.
becomes loyal to Perrin.
Okay. I'm confusing him with the guy who like hits on Min, who's like the inventor or something. What's that
Oh,
guy's
Herod
name?
Fell.
Herod fell.
Herod Fell. Okay. Yes,
No,
Seben Bauer.
Similar,
Okay.
similar personalities, maybe. No, actually, very different.
No,
personalities.
Seben Bauer is like super duper like fastidious and like very like buttoned up and neat and super dry. He's got a similar
Whereas Herod
personality
Fell
to
likes to let it hang out and party.
he's a mess. He's a big slobby mess.
Is he similar to the guy to like Matt's guy?
He's similar to
Is that what you were gonna say?
to Nori, the head clerk in in Andor, I think, is in
Let's name
Balor.
another obscure character.
They have
Who's
similar
Matt's
personalities.
That character.
Assistant.
You do it Nerum? Is it Nerum?
Lopin and
He's got-
Narum?
Lopin
I
and
don't know.
Nerum, right? He's got two assistants. They were both
Right.
One
Yes, he likes to dry wash his hands. Gabe, I was gonna go
Yeah,
like this because I
yes.
remembered him doing this.
Yes.
that's
Seven
it.
Balor.
Oh, I should've
Seven
said it.
Balor, yeah. He
Seven Balor.
yeah. Seven Balor. Seban Balor. He I like him a lot because he's somebody who
He's just Montgomery Burns.
really likes what he does and thinks that that's enough drive for him, but he ends up really being happy that he works for Parrot and he's like doing what he does for good people, and he didn't know that about himself, and I think that's a cool kind of character trait.
Yeah.
So there you go, Saban Bauer. All right, Joe, I'm sorry for number 77. I know this character is a personal favorite of yours.
Oh, I think I know who it is. Can I guess?
23% guy. You can guess.
Aludra?
No. I don't think that she would be. No, you're okay. You're okay. I guess not that much of a favorite. Lord Agomar.
Well,
all right. I'll allow this.
I'm thinking. Okay. He's
dead.
really
He was
only-
speared.
Yeah, he was speared. That's right. He doesn't die. So I guess. Oh no, wait.
He doesn't
that's
die
not
in the
true.
series.
Yeah.
He doesn't die in the series. He makes it through,
Yeah.
right?
Does he? No, I think
Does
he
he die
dies.
when,
He dies. I think he dies in the end.
When he's.
I think all the great captains, except for Iturralde, die.
No.
think.
What's his name? Doesn't die, right? Fail's dad.
Well, Niall dies early. And there's more great captains by the end, but
Fails.
Matt and maybe Len.
Fail's dad. What the hell's his name?
Dad from Bashir.
Yeah, he
Davin
dies.
Bashir.
The Bashir. Yeah,
he dies?
I think the Bashirs. I think both of Bashirs die.
Oh,
She
geez, yeah, husband and
dies,
wife.
right? I'm pretty sure she dies.
Yeah, I think they both die. Because I'm pretty sure at the end of it, it's like Perrin's got everything. Like Perrin and Fael are like they got like they're set up. I may be wrong about that, but it's my memory. Yeah.
Okay, so Agomar. Okay, I'll give him. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with him there. I'll make my peace.
All right. So one of the things that, and I mentioned this in the last post from a couple of days ago, trying to extol people to vote on this list. Some of these votes are so incredibly close. By one vote, by one more positive vote, number 76 on the list, Van Dien.
Wow, so
Okay.
close to her sister.
Close to her sister. Yeah.
Van Dien, the one who lived. The Van Dien the Green.
The one who lived longer.
Does she die later on?
Yeah, I think she dies when she kills like when they find out who did it. I think she dies killing the black sister that killed her sister. Because I think she was it. Yeah, I think she like stabs them, like they're all shielded. She's like, I don't even care. And she kills the one who killed her sister. And then I think she gets iced then. Like when they find the black Aja.
Chasmal Emery killed her. Chasmal fucking Emery.
There you go.
But Carrie Ann was the one who killed, or Carrie Ann
Yes,
was the one who killed her sister, and she winds up killing her.
Yes, I just didn't want to butcher her name, so I was just like, yeah, the one who kills her sister.
Yeah.
I tried it in an episode like a long time ago, and you guys didn't know who I was talking about. That's how badly I mangled that character's name. So there you go. So Van Dien, well done. You've outlasted your sister in 2 different metrics. Moving on to number 75 on the list. And I'm rounding up all of these percentages, rounding them off. But this one with an exact 24% of votes cast. Dylan. Yes. So nice. We named her thrice. She's awesome. And she's, I think, a character I would expect to be a little higher up on this list.
She does have a good chunk of story going on in Crossroads of Twilight.
Yeah, she gets introduced in what? Lord of Chaos? Fires of Heaven. Trying to think when she comes into play.
Is she around when Ravine? Like, do we see her when Ravine is in Camelin?
I think she comes in Lord of Chaos when Rand's there. I think she shows up. She's the one who tells Rand about all the queens, and Rand's like worried that he's related to Elaine.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's I think when she really like comes on the scene.
Okay.
But like through the whole Succession storyline, she's there advising Elaine, being awesome.
Yeah.
Super chill. Try to tell her I have no desire to be the queen. All that stuff.
Okay. I'm cool with this.
All right. Jen, anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. 74.
Thank you, light blinded fool.
I missed it. That's okay. Thanks. Okay. I did not know that was a reference show. So thank you, light blinded fool. Number 74. Linny Eltring, which I didn't even know that was her last name. 24.5%. Yeah.
I feel like Linny is mentioned more than she's actually in the books. Yeah. I wouldn't put her ahead of Agomar or Dylan.
Me either. She's just, even when she's around, she's just in the background saying things.
Yeah, she's like having the television on in the background.
But the television has a lot of good advice for you.
It does. It has a lot of great quotes.
It's funny. I think she's the closest thing to a television character in this series. She really is like the wisecracking grandma on like a family sitcom, just like kind of
Sophia.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah, well, I was actually thinking the grandmother from Family Matters.
No, imagine just Estelle Getty as Sophia playing Linny.
Yes, I can easily do that.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Take us back in time and let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Picture it.
Sicily.
Picture it. Andor.
9:57. All right. So moving on from Linny at number 73 with a 25.1% of the vote. That's 258 out of a possible 1,025 votes. Queen Alejandra.
Wow. Queen Alejandra.
Joe, you had a strong reaction to that.
She's ahead of Agomar and ahead of Dylan.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I think you got it wrong. Sorry.
It's hard to know like who she went up against.
That's true.
Like,
she had a lot of votes. And I want to be clear.
How many matches did she have? Over 1,000?
She had over 1,000. And some of these other characters that she beat out, not a lot less, but 50 less votes overall. But she's the yeses. She's far outpacing them. She's got 258 yes votes to let's say, Carolyn Damadred's 170, So, she's substantially ahead. I mean, she's close. Dylan's got 246 yeses out of same number of votes, 1,025 for both of them. So,
hey,
who are we talking about again? I'm sorry,
Alejandra.
That's right. I was reading chat and just totally got distracted. Sorry about that.
So it's fine. I'm trying not to get too wonky in the numbers. But.
I guess people like her later, companionship with Perrin and Fael and that. Right? She's with them, right?
She's with them and Morghese, and she's just part of that whole plot line.
I don't agree with this one.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. Sorry. 258 of you.
I'm going to put in a protest with the committee.
Okay.
It's on the record.
Number 72 on the list. We're in a royal section right now. With 26% of possible yes votes. Queen Tylan. Quintara Mitsoba.
Okay. She definitely belongs ahead of Alejandra. She's close to Dylan, I would say.
In name?
Yeah, Tylen and Dylan. For sure, they should totally form a singing group. But
In hell.
I don't know. I guess Tylen has more of a main character type story arc than Dylan does. So I guess I could understand this. I don't know what Alejandro's doing anywhere near these two though.
Yeah, Alejandro, I think it's just there for volume
She should
more
be
than
down
anything
by
else.
like Caroline Damadred.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think Tylen has, a has a very strong impact to the reader.
Yeah.
Probably stronger than her actual impact to the plot. But yeah,
for sure. So I'm glad she's ahead of these other ones.
All right. So all right, 71 with just edging out 26.3% of possible votes. Huron.
Okay.
Stiffer.
I feel like he should be lower, actually.
Yeah, he's in
In
like a
one
whole
book?
book. And
Oh,
then
He's
Come
like
on,
a
the
main
end or no?
character of book 2. Like he's one of the leads in that book.
He's a secondary
Yeah.
character in that
Right.
book.
He's in
Two
more of
of
that book than
14.
Matt or Perrin, probably.
And then he pops back up later on for, makes a cameo appearance at the end of the series.
Yeah, well, like, was it Knife Dreams?
Well, when he comes
No,
up,
it's
he's with the
Towers of Midnight.
Shannarans. Yeah.
It's
when
Towers
he
of
had-
Midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, when they slap him in the face and
Yep.
They send Huron because he
I don't know.
knows him.
He's
already.
so
Lord End.
He's so important to the plot. He's not on the show. They cut him right out.
That's it.
Well, we don't know if some of these other characters are going to be in there. We know Adelius.
I think a lot of right. Adelius is in
Is she
it.
the only
A
one
lot
that we know? Well, we think Linny's in the show, right? Because we had a Linny casting, I believe.
Yeah, I think a few of these characters. Millie Skane's not in the show. She was Dana, basically.
Yeah, most likely.
There are no Highlands of Tyr yet. So 2 of those that we kind of mentioned, probably not in it. Caroline Damadred, probably not in it.
All right. Well, you guys were like trying to push that he was so good. That's the only reason I brought that up.
He's good.
I like him in the book, but like he's not a main character.
I feel in book 2, it's like he's more prominent in book 2 than a lot of the main characters in the series, just in that book.
But there's
He is.
14 books, and that's
He's
book
right.
2.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's all.
over. He's done.
That's why I think he should be lower, because
Okay.
some of these other characters span. Most of these other characters are in multiple books, with exception of like maybe 1 or 2 of them. Although I don't even know if we have any. Rhonda McCura is probably. I mean, she might be the only. Other
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
could be
I
above
think in retrospect, I'm like, did I put her in as a gag? I don't remember.
So I
But
don't know why I put her name. She just liked her name. You wanted to say.
maybe I just like the name. Yeah, I think if Huron had as big of a part in book 8 as he did in book 2, and it was like flipped, like I would think anybody would think of him as a main character because so much of the series has happened.
Well, book
I think
12
his
or
impact
something.
is outsized because it's book 2, right? It's still early in the series.
Yeah.
I would guess that's why he got voted as high as he did.
I think people have
As high as
fond
he
memories
did.
of him.
Number 71. Like we've got a long way to go, folks.
I mean, and that's out
Let's.
of. We didn't do every character, obviously, in the book.
No,
There were
we
like
didn't even come
2,000
close.
characters.
There's almost
or something.
3,000 characters, like 2,700 characters.
Does that
People-
count
That-
like I passed a woman on the street?
Any named character.
No, I think named
Named
characters.
characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Characters with names.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
next
if
year we'll
he-
just do all the S characters and just
Yeah. So for him to be up at 71 out of 2,700 or so, it's pretty damn good.
it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Let's close out the 70s with a character that we know is going to be on the show, although they haven't appeared yet. Number 70. With that hint, you know who it's going to be. Do you have a guess who it's going to be?
No idea.
Somebody who is going to be on the show.
We know who's going to be on the
hasn't
show.
been
But
yet.
hasn't been on the show yet. So
Yeah,
someone that we know is oh no,
Wait,
that's a good
wait,
guess.
I
Someone
wanna
that we
guess.
know is cast for season 3.
Asmodean.
Nope. Carradine.
Man, I
Jacob
was gonna
Carradine.
guess.
You did guess.
No, who did I say?
I said at least 3
I don't
people.
remember.
Don't get
I'm sorry,
three
Jen. Maybe I
names.
just heard you say
I was going to
sound.
say Carradine.
You got to speak
Were
up,
you?
Jen.
No, I was going to say somebody else, but I'll save it.
Okay.
Jacob
'Cause I can't
Carradine.
believe he actually hasn't been named yet. But
Jacob Carradine, the man called Boars. Yeah,
The man called Boars.
I will give him his spot.
Feel like 70 is a good spot for him.
yeah,
Well, I compare to all the other characters. I think he's more of a main character than all of these other characters that we've said so far. So
Okay.
I'm good with this. I will
Okay.
not object. No protesting from me. Jacob Carradine fits here. So let's compare him with Seb Bauer for a second, because they're both White Cloaks or former White Cloaks. I feel like
no,
Bauer
Jacob Carradine's
was around longer.
Yeah, he lasts longer in the series,
I
definitely.
guess
But he
Carradine
shows
has
up.
more focus, though.
He also
when he's
shows up a
around.
lot later, right? Carradine's from book 2.
No, Balwar shows
Bal-
up in like the second or third book. He's there
think
when
the
they
fourth, book
first go to
4?
the Fortress of Light. What is
Book
that? In
4?
book 3 or it's one of the.
But does Seb
it's
and
book
Bauer
3.
have like plot revolving around him?
No,
Well,
he's just in
there's-
plot.
There's
Yeah,
he
so-
does have his storyline where Pedronile was killed. He was a spy master. Pedronile was
Yeah.
killed, and he kind of wants vengeance on the people who killed Pedronile. So there's that like little that's going on kind of in the background, and that's kind of his motivation. And I think you do get POVs from him, at least one.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think when they first kill
Oh, that might be from his
Pedronile,
point of view.
I think
Yeah.
you get a point of view from him around then.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, Carradine's got a lot going on from the Boris stuff, in the beginning,
Yeah.
all the stuff in Tanchico, all the stuff
His
in
whole
Ecuador.
family killed
the
by
family.
a fade.
Yeah, he's
Right.
got the Boris scene, the Dark Friend social scene.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think
I'm
all right.
cool.
okay.
I'm on board.
Motoring along into the 60s. At number 69.
Mhm.
Disappointingly, his appearance on the show, Basil Gill.
No, all
Basil.
right.
So I glanced at the list of characters. I glanced at the list of characters, I don't have the order. I just have the list of all the different characters that are in here. And I saw his name on there, and I was wondering why we had not gotten to his name yet, because he should be like way,
He's in a
way
lot.
down. He should be in the 80s, but he doesn't
No,
do
he's in a
anything
lot.
ever. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he just is kind of around a lot.
He
with
should
that
be below
ill-fitting
Seb
head.
Bauer. Maybe he's in it more. Maybe he's like, because he's been around longer. I don't know.
Because he's in it, but
He's around more often. I don't know.
he stops taking like an active role in things. Like I guess when they leave Andor, right, and that's book 5, and he's
Yeah,
just
but he's,
there
like,
after that.
with her crew.
Yeah, he's just always around. He becomes, and we talked about this in a different episode. So he's a supporting character for Morghese, who's a supporting character for Fael, a supporting character for Perry, right? So he becomes like 4 steps down from like
Once
a main
removed.
storyline. Yeah,
And that's why he's number 69.
69, dude. This is where Myrell should have been.
Basil Gill does love to fuck.
He does love. He just can't get enough.
He wasn't on the show because he just like was too busy.
So
And
He was
that's-
on the
that's-
show.
That's
I
the
mean, like,
true
he had to
queen's
just, like,
blessing,
show them their room and then run back to his room.
right?
Oh yeah.
There was a girl waiting for him
The girl
there.
waited for him.
It's true.
Yeah, this is the room. Go ahead.
He dips his bald head in oil.
Basil, Tom told us to look for you. Yeah. Okay.
I'm busy.
Busy, kid.
Anyone got a drink? Sorry. All right. So at number 68, this is the first. Wow, this is the first shock to me. Number 68. This should have been 69 as well. Balthamel / Arengar.
Oh, 68.
Balthamel / Arengar. Okay, Balthamel's, throwaway. He's barely in it.
Once.
Arengar, aka Dashiva, right?
No.
AKA
Halima.
Oh, Halima. Sorry, Halima. Arengar's. Yeah, Balthamel's Halima.
okay with this.
Yeah.
I don't like Halima's higher than Mirelle though. Like I'm mad about Mirelle. She should have been higher. I think that's what's throwing me off the whole thing.
Halima, yeah.
But as the lowest Forsaken,
Well,
Are
on
all-
the list, there's somebody.
Right.
I don't
are
think
all
every
the other
Forsaken.
Forsaken on here?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
I don't think all the
Bilal's
other
on it.
Forsaken are on here.
Yeah, which is.
Yeah, I don't think Bilal's
By the
on
way,
it.
Tom, what's
You made
going
the
on?
list.
I
Oh,
didn't
Bilal.
memorize it. I apologize. It's 88 names. I did this a month and a half ago.
I
You didn't
could
put Bilal on?
Bilal is definitely not on the list. So
Show some respect to Bilal. Okay?
I won't.
You must.
I don't
Not
know.
his
man.
fault.
He's
He got
89. He's tied for
immediately
89th with.
fired.
He might be the only. No, Masana's not on this
No,
list either.
Oh my God.
So those two might be the only Forsaken that aren't on the list. And Masana's barely in it. Like she's in a couple
Yeah.
of meetings and then she shows up at the
She's
end.
in it. You just don't know she's in it.
Danelle's
But
barely
Danelle's
in it.
hardly in it.
Yeah. There's like one
Joe
or
and I
two
at the
scenes
same
with
time.
Danelle.
Balthamel has my favorite death of the whole series.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, when Green Man hugs him to death?
Yes. Yeah, just shoots roots out of his orifices.
Rotting mushrooms come out of his mouth.
I hope we're gonna get that at
His
some
mouth
point.
mask.
I think we got a drop there. Shoots roots out of his orifices.
We got a. I want the mask. I want the mask to show up at some point.
Halima is, Halima's got some scenes. She's doing a lot there in Saladar as Egwene's secretary,
Yeah.
controlling
Yeah.
Dalana.
Yeah, doing the.
Also, isn't she
the
doing
massages.
something to? Yeah, she's doing something
Yeah.
to Egwene too. by
Yeah,
herself.
she's messing with her dreaming and her headaches and whatnot.
Helping with her headaches.
Yeah.
I don't know why she just didn't kill her. It's so weird.
I think she's trying
Snap her
to.
neck from behind.
Just
That's
use
not
the
what they're
one
trying to do.
power on her and strangle her to death. But they think they
I
can
think-
control
She can't
her.
use the one
Right?
power. Oh, they wouldn't be able to sense it, right? Is that what?
Yeah, she's channeling Sidene.
Yeah. I think it's. Right. Well, their goal is to keep the split happening.
Yes,
And-
that's true. So
That's what she's encouraging her to. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Playing the long game. I get it.
That's it. All right. So moving on to 67, a 1-2 combination of hot looking dark friends. Galena Casbin is number 67.
Is
This
Galena
one's,
hot?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like super good looking.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that being part of
Like
her
that's like
description.
everyone's on. Yeah. Yeah.
I cast Rachel McAdams as Galena.
Okay.
Galena, was
That
that
worked
like
for
20
you?
years ago or like recently?
Probably when Mean Girls came. So yeah, about 20 years ago.
Yes, she's a raven-haired beauty.
Oh, she has a plump, demanding mouth. Well,
Rachel McAdams has plump, demanding.
like a
Does she?
Scarlett Johansson, maybe?
I don't know.
Does she have a plump, demanding mouth? That's a weird description, but
Rosebud mouth.
it's kind of gross.
A plump, demanding.
I don't know if this was quoted. Is this a quote from the books or not? But if it's
Dana's
not,
saying a
if it's not,
rosebud
whoever
mouth.
wrote this on the wiki is a sick fuck. But if Robert Jordan did it, then it's cool.
He's also a sick fuck.
No, it's cool if he did it.
We just all know that. That's what it is.
She's got a pretty round face with hard eyes and a plump, demanding mouth.
There you go.
A pretty round face or
Yes.
a pretty
Comma.
round
Well,
face?
that is
and
Not
round.
a pretty. It's a pretty round face. I don't
There's
know.
no comma in this,
Pretty
so I don't know. Again, this person.
It's pretty
Sick fuck.
round. Yeah, I don't know.
Now I'm just picturing Christopher Walken sitting around editing the Wheel of Time wiki.
Can I
That's-
just?
It's just got
pretty
this
round.
image in my head.
Can I-
Galena Casbin's she's got a pretty round face and
I throw
a
it-
plump, demanding mouth.
A quick Christopher Walken story that I just saw.
Sure.
Somebody was interviewing Dave Grohl, and the Foo Fighters were playing.
Oh, I
You
heard
saw
this
it?
story.
Yeah.
It was
Like
Saturday
he
Night
told him on
Live.
purpose. Yeah, he told him on purpose that he asked like, "Is it Foo or Fighters?" And he was like, "Oh no, put the emphasis on Fighters."
Well, he
because
asked
wanted
him
to say
how
it
he
like that.
pronounced it.
He was like, "Foo Fighters."
He's like the accents on
They
fighters.
set him up though.
Yeah.
They said, and then he did it again, like years later. Like he still had it locked in his brain. Foo Fighters. It's great.
All right, Galena. Galena. Okay, now Galena's in a lot of the books. She pops up here and there. She's got her own storyline, POV, multiple POVs, I believe. So
yeah.
This is interesting.
And she gets a strong negative comeuppance happening to her.
I think we're getting into
so what
it
are we
now.
up to? No, number 60.
That was 60. She was 67.
All right, we're getting traction now. These are the really
66.
important characters.
I think so. Is that or we're going to be very shocked?
Here we go.
Yeah, I think these are all characters that you're like, okay, right. 66. Satel Anan.
Ooh,
okay.
I think I would put Galena ahead of Satel.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yes, you did. It was just a lower range.
I'm getting excited because, like Jen said, we're getting into the thick of it.
Satel Anan.
I would put Galena ahead of Satel Anan. She's definitely got more. Does Satel have one POV in the entire book series?
No, I don't know if she does.
I don't think she does
because she's a woman of mystery for a decent portion of her storyline. Right, you don't know for certain what her background is. You get hints and hints.
I think she's a pretty big character.
Me too. I mean, I can't stand the Kin storyline at all, but she's cool.
I'm sorry. I'm not. This is another objection I'm going to throw down here. I think Galena is definitely a bit more of a main character than Satel Anan is.
All right.
She doesn't even have a POV. She doesn't even have a point of view. She's in the book a lot. Yeah, she says a bunch of things. She's referenced a lot. I think it's more because of her little mysterious background that people are thinking like, oh, she's more of a main character, but I'm going to have to say the no on this one. Galena, definitely ahead of her.
Okay, man. All right. Passion. She, it's close. It's really close, honestly.
How many votes separated them?
The vote number is not that close because there was no.
It's
not that close.
Oh, the vote number is not that close.
Vote numbers. So look, Galena had
close, Tom.
Galena had 1,018 votes total. Satel Anan had 1,054. It's just a decent number of extra votes in the mix.
Well, 40,
but the overall percentage,
40 plus votes is small when there's over 40,000 voters.
Yeah. So Galena had 30.3% of her possible votes as yes, and Satel Anan 30.4% of her possible votes as yes. So that's why it's close. Like literally, the overall percentage is just a small number of votes.
Yeah. All right.
But we're gonna move on to 65. This is Brendan's favorite character who he hasn't met yet.
Couladin. Now
Couladin at 65.
I was gonna say Couladin when it was Carradine before.
First of all, I think I would put Carradine ahead of Couladin, and I would put
Couladin lower.
I would definitely put Galena ahead of Couladin.
Yeah, once Couladin dies, like
he's not in much of the book. He's in two.
Yeah.
He's in a book and a half. Yeah.
And he's not like I think he does get a point of view. I don't remember.
No points of view. He's not even in as much of book 4 as you remember him being in.
Yeah, because a lot of show up till like halfway through the book,
and then they're chasing after him for the whole second half. He's only in like a few number of scenes. He's important to this series.
He's so important that he doesn't even die on screen.
Right. He does die in flashback. There is a flashback to his death.
That's true. There is a flashback to his death. Yeah, I'm starting to lose faith in this now.
Oh no!
I'm going to demand a recount.
People are in chat are disagreeing with you, man.
Couladin over Galena. I don't think so. Galena has way more of an active role in a longer portion of the series over a longer period of time than Couladin. Couladin's a one-trick pony.
Who's got a better name though?
Couladin.
Joe, he's got 2 tricks. He's a surfing paladin.
That's right. 2 tricks.
At least 2.
All right.
People are listening to us. They're like, what the hell are they talking about?
I said Galena being here either means we're really getting into the good characters or I'm going to have a lot of problems. And it seems like it's the latter.
I have a question that will end this argument. What kind of mouth does Couladin have? Is it plump and demanding?
I think it's just demanding without being plump.
It's like skinny and demanding?
I think it's thin and demanding.
Mouth. Wouldn't that be great if there was
thin
just
and whiny
sick person just talked about everyone's mouth in the wiki? There's always about his.
I'm cooler than
Sick person called Robert Jordan.
There's no mention of his mouth on the wiki
his
at least.
thin, demanding mouth.
I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna scour all the Cooladin scenes
He's
for next
tall
time to
and
see.
broad-shouldered with flame-colored hair. That's all I got here.
His mouth's no longer attached to his neck, which I like. Along with the rest of his head. It's being
his
used
mouth
for a
is
game of
demanding
tetherball.
His body.
So,
I got Galena ahead of Cooladin as well.
all right. So moving on to number 64, with 31% of the vote even of his possible votes, Lord Ingtar Shinoa.
Another one. I'd put him right above Huron.
He's got a huge impact to the series thematically, even if he's also, again, only in
He's only in one book, though.
Yeah, but I feel like it's such a big part
He's
of
in
the series.
2 books.
He does show up at the end of Eye of the World. He's in it.
He is there. Yeah, but
I don't know if he even has a line. I think he's just in it.
That doesn't
But
count.
His part is so important to the series.
I agree. He's a main character in the second book. So is that does that extend then his main characterness throughout the entire series?
I think to me, we've talked about.
He's only in the 60s. It's not like he's like number 10.
So we're starting. Okay, so there's the Galena line now is what we're having here.
And I think really wrapped up in this mouth.
The Galena line.
I think that his.
I don't even like Galena, but she's pretty big.
She's in so much
I
of
don't
the
think you like her, Joe.
I think that your incredulity about her hotness was like a little bit covered.
Her mouth demands better than whoever she was.
Ingtar's mouth is full of lies.
Ingtar's mouth is full of lies.
I think his impact to the series is greater than hers. Even if her page count stuff is, I think his impact to the overall themes of the series.
She's the one who captures Rand in the box.
I understand.
That's more of an impact to Rand.
She's the one who captures Rand in the box.
In the box. So yeah, I think her impact to plot. I think her impact to plot is more. There's more impact to plot because she's in so much of it. She makes Fael's capture worse. She's doing all this stuff. But I think that his impact to the theme of the series, like that you can never walk in the shadows so long that you can't return to the light. Yeah. Like he gives hope. It's Rand's like purest, most like good moment where he like absolves him of sin.
Yeah.
At the end, I think it's more important to the series as a whole. That's what I would say.
I disagree.
Okay.
Joe, your opinion means nothing.
The voters are with me, Joe.
The Galena line. The Galena line stands.
Okay. So moving on to 63. I'm happy about this because this is one of my favorite characters in the series. And I didn't know whether this person would rank. Agenor / Asengar.
Agenor.
The Shiva.
Yeah. He's a pretty big character.
Shiva's the best.
Bigger and more important than Halima.
Yes.
Or more of a main character.
I think so.
I think. I don't know.
Shiva's kind of in the background a lot.
The Shiva surprised the hell out of me. I did not see it coming.
Oh, if you go back and read,
he's mentioned a lot, and then you're like, "What's he doing? Like, why's he mumbling to himself all the time?"
It's so cleverly obvious, and
it's right there.
I have it.
It's intuitively obvious, you might say.
I think it's the scene
nice.
where they feel the power
where he's like
off in the distance, and
because I think it's like the bowl of the winds were used, and like he's using Kalendor, and it's all messed up, and like he's telling him, he's like, "Can't you feel the disturbance in the waves?" Or like it's like something that like nobody would even like use that terminology as untrained.
Just a few things that Robert Jordan throws in there that like you're like, oh shit.
In retrospect, it's like, oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's all right there. It's great. It's a great part.
The Shiva was he was one of my favorite Ashraman, and then he was a bad guy. So I have a soft spot for him personally. That I think skews my vision on this question.
I don't think we get any Shiva POVs.
We get Agenor POV. We get somebody's POV when they first come back as the new characters. I think it's his.
Yeah.
Oh,
you do
okay.
Have,
and
I'm trying to remember
At the cleansing, do we get Halima Arangar's POV? Right, she's there, right?
She's there
because right, they said she's channeling Sidene. That's when
channeling Sidene. Yeah, that's who
one
says
of the
that.
Ashaman, and he
more,
dies. She kills him.
Yeah, he gets killed. She kills him.
Is it not Fedwin more? It might be.
I think it's Fedwin. Yeah, I think
Isn't
it might
Fedwin
be.
the one who goes crazy? That Rand has the mercy kill.
They're both kids, but I thought it was. I don't remember.
Is that Evan Hopwell?
I think yes. I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think Fedwin's the one who goes crazy that Rand has to mercy kill.
And Eben Hopwell's the one who says she's channeling Sidene.
Yeah, it might be Eben. All right, who do we got? I'm okay. Galena. Compare this to Galena. I would be okay, although I feel like Galena has again more POVs, but I'm okay. I think we.
Galena didn't create Shadow Spawn.
No, but neither did Agenor in the books. Like we didn't see that happen, but
that's true. All right, moving on to number 62. Pedro Nile.
He's gonna be a main character, but then he gets killed.
True.
So close.
Like he's built up in the beginning, and you think he's like, oh, this guy's gonna be like around for a while and cause trouble, and then he gets assassinated. When does that happen in book 4?
Book
4?
No,
5?
5?
4 or 5?
No, 6. 6.
4, 5, 6.
6. 5 is when she goes to the White Cloaks. Lord of Chaos is when he gets killed.
Oh, that's right, because it's after Morghese flees.
Yeah.
So that's So and that happens in book 5 because that's when
right. Book 5 is when she shows up, and yeah,
Rand kills Ravine at the end of book 5. So then she escapes and goes there. So book 6. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I thought it was earlier.
No, yeah. Lord of Chaos is when it lives up to the title. A lot of chaotic stuff happens. He's his death is probably, just thinking about it now, one of the more Game of Thrones-y kind of deaths in this series, where it really pulls the rug out from you.
Yes.
You know?
That was probably the most, I mean, I guess except the Asmodean death, but that might be the second most surprising death in the series. Or, well, there's deaths at the end.
No, there's deaths at the end that are surprising.
What about Belal? Bet you didn't expect that one.
You're really on the Belal bandwagon, Jen.
She's very upset that he wasn't on this list.
We call ourselves Belal, please. So
full Belal. We got to make our full Belal shirt. I forgot about that.
Full Belal. Wait, I remember what that is. What was that?
That was from something. There's a note somewhere that's a shirt that says "Go full Belal" or something like that.
I don't remember what the reference was.
I don't remember either.
Does anyone know?
No, nobody knows.
Go full Belal.
All right. Moving on to 61. 61. We just mentioned this evil gentleman, Rahvin, with 35% of possible votes that he was up for. Rahvin falls in here at 61.
All right, so we have to say he's right, because Masana and Belal aren't on this list. I would put him ahead of both of them.
So he's the third Forsaken.
And he's not even around as long as the
third
others.
Least. Yeah.
He gets killed in book 5.
Book, right? Well, he shows up in some tea parties.
Two
right?
books.
Yeah, he shows up in some tea parties before that.
Yeah. He's a memorable character.
He dies in Lord of Chaos?
No, he dies in Fires of Heaven, but he shows up in...
Was the Dragon Reborn?
No, we don't...
Rahvin shows up the first time he's in Dragon Reborn.
Is it that when Matt goes to Camelin and he's saying he wants
Lord Gabriel's in Dragon Reborn?
Oh, look at Jen knowing the first
so he's
couple
in 3
of
books
really well.
3 books, though. All right, I put him ahead of the others. He's more of a focal point than the other 2 are.
All right,
for sure.
All right, rounding out the 60s with just edging out Rahvin with 35.55 to 35.58. Savannah.
How many total votes though? That's like what the order is.
So Rahvin has more. Rahvin has 357 votes out of 1,004. Savannah has 322 less votes out of 905.
Oh, so it's ranked by the percentage of that they won of matchups they won, not by total votes.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
It's
I love
opportunity.
this.
It's opportunities for yeah. I told you it's a little bit more complicated than just straight vote getting. Yeah. So Savannah is number 60 on our list.
I'm sorry. Mayhem just put, "That's so Ravine." And now I want that shirt.
Oh, like the show That's So Raven.
That's so Ravine. Everything
Do we
that's
have,
so
like-
Ravine's really creepy and bad.
That's so Ravine.
We should put out a line
Okay.
of dark.
And there you go,
Forsaken shirts.
emotionally manipulating me again.
I just have to know what
It's so Ravine.
full Bilal means before we make the shirt, because I can't remember. If anybody out there listening remembers what it means, please tell us.
That's it.
Anyway, Savannah.
Yeah, she's the
Yeah,
worst.
she's in it a lot.
She's sea folk levels of unlikability for me.
Yes, she might be the most detestable character in the books, and like we're just from a
That's
sense of
healthy.
like not liking her character at all. I mean, there's people
Yeah.
who are she might be the most evil character in all the books, and she's not even a fucking dark friend.
Right, she's just awful.
She's just really well. Then no, I'm sorry, because then when you meet Therava,
You're like, oh wait.
she's worse than Savannah. So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of cleavage though. It's
I
always
dislike
positive.
her character, but yeah, she does have a lot of focus. She's got her own POVs and a couple of storylines revolving around her. So
Yeah.
I will allow it.
Yeah, she's the driving force behind Couladin and his brother Les Couladin.
Muradin.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I said Ollie. He's like, whatever. All right,
My kids
moving
love that
on. It's great. All right, we're in the home stretch here because we're ending at 51 tonight. Here is 59 on our list.
Okay.
Someone who I didn't realize until you all told me I really like, Dane Bornhold.
Dane Bornhold.
59.
Yeah, 59.
So hard to know. 59.
Dane, I'm thinking
It seems like he's low, but
that seems high for
I
me.
don't know.
Oh, there you go. He's just right there.
I feel like he should be lower than Savannah.
Wait, lower, like closer to number one, or
No, lower on the
higher number? Okay,
lower ranked.
Okay.
Lower ranked. I think he should be behind Savannah. Like, I think Savannah's higher than him.
Yes, I would agree. I would rank Savannah higher than Dane.
I might even rank like Ostengar and Arengar higher than him.
Dane is just or I think Dane's going to be more of a main character in the TV series.
Now, I wonder if the TV, I mean, you did put explicitly in the books in the question.
Yes.
But
Yes, I
people might be being influenced by the television show Dane, who seems like he's going to be a little bit more of a prominent character.
Right.
I don't know. I have to disagree with this one too. I feel like as we're getting higher, I'm disagreeing more and more.
Well, I think it's bound to happen. I'm sure
He belongs.
even though like
Good.
Okay. I'm sure when we get to the top 10, we're going to be fighting about those.
I feel like he belongs very close to the Galena line. Like either
Yeah,
right
I
ahead of her or
agree.
before her.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's very high ranked here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great in the show.
All right.
Number 58, Bane.
Dane and Bane.
Bane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bane.
So here's the problem, and I'm sorry. I know Grace is here, I think, listening live. So Bane and Chiad are like one character to me, and
Wait, didn't we like
What?
have a whole argument, me and you versus Tom, about whether they're like considered one person?
Yes.
And we were like screaming at him that they weren't.
no,
And now Joe's
Now you're like,
convinced Joe.
Actually,
Oh,
I think that they're
no, I mean with regards to like their ranking. So I'm assuming if Chiad's not right next to her, then we know this is something wrong. because
the book too.
they don't really do different things in the book. Like this is like Adelius and
But
Vandy.
she has a love interest.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
So maybe that pushed her up a little bit.
they're like on the Adelius and Vandine scale. Like we know the distinction because one dies and the other doesn't. This one we know the distinction is because one Gaul likes and the other one doesn't. That's the distinction between them.
One Gaul likes and the other one Gaul doesn't like.
Yeah, that's how you remember them. And I think they belong. And sorry, Grace. I think they belong below the Galena line.
No, man, they are.
But they're just in the background.
The whole series.
But they're just in the background. They have
they
barely have any of their own storylines. Galena has a lot more stuff going on around that, like centered around her.
Maybe that's the case. Although I think that they have a very, I think that they're very big in this series. I think we voted Gaul, right? We voted Gaul the number one like wingman in the series. Right.
I think when we did the duo, was it the
duos, right? It was parroting Gaul. I think we just said like the end part of it. I think it was just that because it was like come on, this like
I think
Bane and Shiad together are that for Fail, and I feel like their storyline with Gaul has a lot going on. It's just all behind the scenes.
So this is Bane, who's the one who doesn't like Gaul.
Yes, Bane is the one who has to be convinced that this is going to work.
All right, who's next? Better be fucking Shiad.
It's not.
Oh,
number 57. The world's most punchable face.
Galad. Gawain.
Gowan.
Oh, sorry, Gawain. Gawain.
No, it's Aram.
Oh, Aram. Aram.
Yeah, Aram, yes. Yeah.
No. He's below the Galena Casbin line.
What? He's too low on this list.
No, Joe.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry.
Who are you thinking
Forget
of?
that. I'm sorry. I was literally totally discounting and forgetting about his whole his heel turn with the sword.
Oh yeah, I think that he's his character does trail off a little bit as the series progresses, but I think
he fades away. So he's like right around the Casbin line.
People are.
You can't change the name of the line, Joe.
I can call it whatever I want. I created this line.
It's the Galena line.
I like the Casbin line.
That sounds like a
more
real
scientific.
thing.
Yeah, that's why.
That's true.
People think I'm obsessed
I love the fact. I know. Yeah, she's like now your number one character in the series.
No, she isn't. I put people ahead of her already.
Yes, she's your number 70 character in the series, and nobody's.
She's like my number 60 character in the series, and I think a bunch of other people. Because this is where things started going south for me, where I started disagreeing.
This is where you think she's higher up, and that's basically what it is. You've now. Like 67, I believe, was her rank. You feel like she should be much higher.
She should be somewhere
People
around
don't recognize
60-ish or around that area. So it's not a huge jump, but there were definitely characters ranked higher than her that shouldn't be. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
All right. Number 56, Eamon Valda.
Why are we silent?
Yeah.
I was watching Joe's face. He's really processing it.
I wanted to make sure I was going through his whole storyline in my head before I said anything.
Right. He goes off and running with the murder of Pedro Nile. And he's
the one behind the murder of Pedro Nile. He's working with Asunawa as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, there's the whole storyline with Morghese and Galad.
Mm-hmm. And he gets just what he deserves.
Yeah, and Galad kills him.
Yep.
All right, I'm good with him here, I think. Yeah. So far to the White Cloaks, he definitely belongs ahead of Dane and Pedro Nile. Oh, wow.
See, Balor. Yeah, I think so. He's the main bad White Cloak.
No, I'm thinking now. No, I was just kind of thinking back on Pedro Nile and Dane Bornhald. I guess just because Dane lives longer, he belongs ahead of him.
Yeah, and he has like an actual like emotional stakes with the characters, the main characters.
Arc too,
and yeah, he interacts with Pedro Nile interacts with Ace.
He kills Balor. Oh, not Bayer.
Bayer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Saves parent.
All right. Yeah, he becomes a drunk. He cleans himself up. he fights Bane in book 4 and like keeps him in line, kind of all that stuff. All right, number 55, Lady Suroth.
Okay.
I'd probably put her like a little higher, really high there.
I can't think of what she does.
She's just like the main.
I know she comes back.
Shanshan
She comes back and
friend.
she's in Ibu Dar, right? She's in control of Ibu Dar, so she appears a lot, or not a lot, but she appears a good amount in that whole storyline with Matt in Ibu Dar and Tylan and Beslin and all of them. But then what happens to her after that?
She's underneath.
Is she there when Matt goes back to Ibu Dar?
She's there through. Does she know? Does she see Semiraj? Like as Semiraj? I think so. I think there's a scene where like Semiraj appears to her with the Lopar. She gets thrown down. Like she gets put underneath the gun of somebody, under the thumb of somebody.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. She's part of a whole treason plot. Yeah, Suroth you're right. Semiraj comes and tells her that she murdered the entire Imperial family.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like saying, hinting that Suroth could be the Empress, right?
Right. If you play your cards right.
Yeah.
Help me find Tuon and kill her too.
So, but then Tuon comes and she's the one who declares her a traitor.
Yes. There you go.
She becomes Dakoval and given to the Death Watch Guard.
Okay.
That's it. She doesn't. That's the last you hear of
so
her.
That's what book? Is that book? I guess it's book 11, book 12.
I think it's Knife of Dreams.
All right. Yeah. Knife of Dreams.
Yeah, I think that's the last time she's mentioned.
That's it. She's not a person anymore after that.
Okay. I mean, I might put her a little lower.
Okay. I think she's one of the most prominent Shanshan in the series.
Yeah.
Just because she's around. Like most of the Shanshan don't last that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. At number 54. Hopefully this is close enough for you, Joe. Chiat.
It's close enough. She's the one who likes Gaul. I'm not going to say anything about her. I think she belongs lower, but.
Okay. Yeah, we already hashed this out. Okay. In the home stretch, 3 left for tonight. At number 53, a great captain, Rodel Aturalde, or however you want to pronounce his name.
All right. So he's an interesting character because he doesn't show up until way late in the series.
Yeah.
But when he does show up, he's fairly prominent in the last few books. So, he definitely belongs above the likes of Hurin and Ingtar just because when he's in the books, he's featured just as prominently as they are in the books that he is, or close to it at least. So I like this. I like the spot for him. He belongs above Agomar because we get more POVs from him, right? And he's kind of in it more.
Yeah, and he's like he becomes one of the biggest characters in the series towards the end of the series. Yeah, I would say that.
All the great captains, that leaves Bashir ahead of him, and who's the other one? Am I missing one more? Oh, Gareth Bryn.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's on this list.
I'm not sure if Gareth Bryn ahead of him.
He is.
But he's on this list.
Okay. So I just don't remember everybody's on the list. All right. Okay. Moving on. Number 52. Listen, all y'all. It's a Semiraj.
Wow. Semiraj. She just like appears here and there. There's the one scene, obviously there's the scene at the in what is it, Towers of Midnight? Is it Towers of Midnight with when they clamp
where she gets broken? So it's No, I think it's what you call it? I don't think it's Towers of Midnight. I think
Is
it's
it Gathering Storm?
I think it's Gathering Storm.
Okay.
I mean, that's definitely where she does all the awful stuff to Rand.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think she gets broken there too. Yeah. Yeah, she like doesn't do anything much. She has that one scene, like I think it's in book 5 when she's breaking the Aes Sedai.
Is she in Ibu Dar, or are they just?
Well, she's in.
She
Once
is.
she shows up, she becomes bigger and bigger as the series progresses. I think that's basically what it is because she's spending a lot of time in Shanshan and you don't see her there.
Yeah.
But
she shows up in Ibudar though.
yeah, her first appearance is when she's torturing the Aes Sedai and the water.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
She's
Cabriana,
Macandus, or something like
yeah,
that?
whatever. Yeah, the one that she tortures to get all the information out, so that
that's
she
right.
can
Yeah.
have to have Halima go undercover.
And she is Tuon's truth speaker, right? That's who she's posing as.
Is she?
I don't know.
Yeah, right. Isn't she her truth speaker?
So she comes in. She comes in towards the end. Yeah, she's not there with Tuon in the beginning. She's Anath. Is that her name?
Yeah, Anath.
Look at that. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think this is appropriately. I think she's an appropriately ranked level of Forsaken here.
Right. She pretends to be Tuon, and that's when the whole thing when she where Rand's hand, she burns Rand's hand.
She burns Rand's hand off. Yeah.
Blows his hand off. Yeah. All right. I'm cool with her here.
All right. And last one for tonight, folks. Number 51 on our list. Big pivot. Sulin.
Sulin.
Wow.
Right? Obviously not
above Semiraj.
She's in a lot of the books.
She's in a lot of the books. She's in a lot.
You know, I mean, with the exception of Bain and Shiad, who I would rank higher than her, both of them, she's the third most prominent maiden.
I feel like she's more of a character.
Avienda counts as a maiden.
I feel like she's more of a character though than Bain and Shiad. Well,
she just talks to Rand more than talks. Like they don't talk to Perrin that much, but like Sulin's in a lot of the series. I think
she's around with Rand the whole time.
Yep.
Doesn't she become?
She makes herself Guy Shane.
Yeah.
I
takes it off when he's captured. Right?
Yeah.
He gets captured.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of her and Semiraj. Like Semiraj is
it's very different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking that Semiraj should be maybe ahead of her. Just switch them, and that's it. Just switch the two of them.
I'll find out who number 50 is.
Well, let's go. Let's see.
No.
Oh,
next week. Next week.
We're done.
That was it. This is the last one. Sulin's the end for tonight.
We left on Sulin. All right, so that's all right. We could let that stew for 2 weeks now because we're not going to be doing this next week.
I think we'll be okay.
But I think you'll all be okay.
I'm very curious, like what people's. I feel like this is an episode where I thirst for feedback. I really want people to let us know what they think of the list, how they like, who like were they agreeing with Joe and being upset about all of the back half of the rankings tonight, like where we're at.
All right, yeah. You know what? We'll post this on the website. What we've revealed so far.
Yep.
I'll put a link to it in the show notes so people can go check it out. This was good. I like this. This was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I'm so eager now. You're right. Once we start getting higher, we're going to get into bigger arguments, I believe.
Yeah, I think that we will. I will say this. When Jen said it at the beginning, I actually felt the same way when I was like, I feel like the top is going to be kind of like, we all know who's going to be in the top 10 one way or the other. Like probably, it's more like it's more exciting to find out who's at the bottom. But I do like the way that it's going, and I think that we're gonna disagree about things as it gets closer to the top.
Yeah, for sure. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post these episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. There's other stuff on there as well. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. We got to get these shirts out, Jen. That's so Rahvin and Never
Well,
Goes
I don't want to
Full
steal his
Bilal.
idea. It has to be relinquished to us.
Well, we'll take the Never Goes Full Bilal shirt. We'll have to make that shirt up. I'll see if I
the
can get one
Galena
made up.
line.
The Galena line.
The
I think these are
Casbah line.
ribbons that we're going to be
Yeah,
handing
we
out
gotta
next.
have ribbons and t-shirts.
The
Yeah.
Casbah line. And we'll put a link into the ones we just revealed. We can get all those cool stats that Tom's got there about them. We'll throw that on the website and post a link to it. All right, guys. Final thoughts before we say goodbye.
I'm so glad that we were able to combine two of my favorite things, the Wheel of Time and math.
Yeah. Anything, Jen?
I'm gonna be a year older before we meet again. So
That's right. Jen's birthday's
Oh.
next week. So,
there's that.
yeah,
I think I'll probably look the same though.
we'll see.
There'll be
We'll
like
let-
one
we'll let-
extra gray hair popping up right here.
We'll ask people if they can notice a difference in you. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And you'll hear us next time.